Well, what is going on? Welcome back to Clayton Schick Outdoors. Of course, I'm Clayton Schick. This is the beautiful outdoors, and I have right now what is so far the nicest day of the ice fishing season. Right around 0 temps, so 32 Fahrenheit, and right now no wind. It was supposed to be windy today, so maybe the wind's still coming. I'm unsure, but it is gorgeous right now. There is not a lick of wind. The sun's out, so I'm gonna be able to start outside of the shelter first to fish and try to find the spot I want to fish today. It's still early season. We're gonna be very close. I do this, or very careful. I do have the snowmobile, but I've got the auger that I'll be stopping periodically and drilling holes just to make sure that the ice is consistent. I'm very familiar with this area and I know how to read the ice here, but please be careful, especially in areas that you've never fished before and you don't have a past history with. Remember, no ice is safe ice, but safe ice is great ice. Yeah, what a lame saying that is. But anyways, let's go fishing. Walleyes. We're gonna talk about my top 5 walleye lures that I will be using this winter to chase some big mama walleyes. Well, if you want to make a plan and have something change that in a heartbeat, it is going to be Mother Nature. I checked out a bunch of different areas. There's so much surface water everywhere. I'm going to actually set up the flip over because it's like an hour and a half. Basically, I'm just looking around to find some kind of spot. The surface water seems to be pretty much unavoidable. It's 5-6 inches of really clear ice. I'm not worried about falling through, cracking, anything like that, but we are proceeding with a caution. I did clear out a nice little area here though with the shovel, and the water's coming up regardless. Like, I can't stop it, but I might be able to capture some pretty cool shots, hopefully. Nonetheless, I'm going to be fishing in like this much water, so we're going to get wet today, but because it's warm, I'm not too worried about that at all. So I'll drag the flip over there, get it set up, and yeah, just see if we can make something happen. I'm going to fish into the dark. And the cloud cover's already come. I don't think I'll have any underwater visibility today because of that. And yeah, we'll swing for the fences, hopefully to get a big mama right underneath that ice surface, because it'd look pretty cool if we do. We are officially set up. This is pretty cool. I wonder how the visibility would be with the underwater camera. Part of me wants to try, because that's at the bottom. Are you kidding me? That's at the bottom, hey? Like, I can almost sight fish. Wonder if I should try dropping the underwater camera down and see what it's like. Probably should, hey? The visibility is way better than I thought, so I set up the underwater camera. I would like to be a little bit further away from the camera than I am, but I know, oh, there's fish coming on the bottom. Oh, it's a pike. It's a pike. Do I want to catch this fish? Probably should, right? Like, it's a pike, I can tell from the live imaging. Like, and actually it looks like a pretty nice pike too. Not huge, but I'm not going to even try to catch him, I don't think. But yeah, okay. So the visibility is really good. I'm closer to the underwater camera than I'd like to be. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. The underwater camera will come out once it gets to be prime time hours. Is that pike turning around? I'm thinking so, right? Yeah, is that pike turning around? I just know if I hooked into this fish right now, it would be all around the underwater camera and stuff, because usually that's how it goes. But, oh, is there another fish there too? Possibly. I don't know. I probably should try to catch him, right? Nothing else. Fighting him right at the underwater camera, or underneath this ice, could be really cool. We'll see. He's not really into the spoon at all. I'll probably fish with the light off in the shack a little bit too at times, because when I shut this off, actually the camera looks really good down there. But the fish, if I can see down there almost all the way to the bottom, guaranteed those fish can see me too, or see the light. So I'll fish with the light off quite a bit, but then also turn it on at times when I'm fighting a fish or whatever. But yeah, dialed. Come on, get over here. It's looking at it. Look at this. Oh, I hope it's getting picked up on the head camera. That is so cool. That is so cool. This is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that was awesome. I don't know how it's gonna show up on the head camera or what, but I don't even need the underwater camera. I could be literally sight fishing. I'm like, I saw that fish. When I turn the light on, the visibility isn't as good, so this is pretty epic. I can see right through this ice. Oh, here comes a fish. Pike again? Yeah. Wonder if it's the same pike. Could be a walleye. Looks like a pike. I don't know. I'm gonna try to step up here and see if I can. It's coming from the left here. Let's turn this heater off for a sec. It's making lots of noise. Okay, here comes that fish. Here it comes. It's a big walleye. It's a nice walleye. Wow, yeah. Come on, it's a nice walleye. There it is. Yeah. Oh, that was unbelievable. Are you kidding me? This is absolutely epic. Okay. Wow, yeah, just get up here. That was unbelievable. I'm pretty sure I got it on the underwater camera and I saw it eat right below me. Are you kidding me? I'm not even turning the light on. This is amazing. Like a nice, probably 23-ish. That was so cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was epic. Like that was so cool to watch it all. I sight fished it right there. Unbelievable. That fish was caught on the naked dinner bell and sandy pepper 3/16. This right here is my #1 go-to walleye bait. Not gonna lie. Just pounding it down in the sand and walleye picked it up. That was unbelievably awesome. Wow, I thought maybe it was the pike coming back, but no. Oh, that was awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'll replay the underwater camera right now of that fish eating, if I also got it to eat on the underwater camera, which I'm pretty sure I did. And if I didn't, well then obviously I'm not playing it. But yeah, the reason why I edited it so I just have just that underwater eat right now is just sight fishing, because that could be one of the first walleye I've ever sight fished. And I wanted to put that part on there, and yeah, and then the underwater camera footage after. That is so cool. Let's get this a little bit more accessible for next time in case this fish is bigger and I do want to measure him. Nothing replaces the underwater camera for being able to see your baits and what's going on. I've got something completely different on right now. I've got an Indestructo bug. It's a Ned rig, floating plastic. The other day when I was out, a lot of these fish were glued to the bottom and only eat stuff right up off the bottom. So I was like, you know what? I need to throw some Indestructo bugs in my tackle box and kind of mimic a crawdad, crayfish. There's lots of times in the area that I'm in right now is I've seen like lots of crayfish on the underwater camera. In fact, lots of times people will point it out when I have a pike video and they'll be like, oh, did you see that crayfish that was walking around on the camera? I was like, yeah, I definitely see all that when I do the editing, but there's a pile in this area. So you know what? Let's mimic a crawdad. And I bet you we can get something to eat it for sure. Looks kind of cool down there. It's got nice movement. And then all of a sudden, boop, down on the mud where it tries to hide. And then that tail just kind of sticks up a little bit. I like it. It's getting windy, not gonna lie. It's literally been 2 hours and nothing else. I've seen a couple other fish come by on the camera, like just quick little ins and outs, and that was it. But we're starting to get towards that witching hour. I don't know how my visibility on the underwater camera is still really good, but my visibility looking down the hole isn't near as good now. So I don't know. I don't think I'll focus on looking down the hole at all. Maybe sometime in the future I can do some sight fishing for walleye. Unfortunately, where I am usually seems to be a nighttime bite, so catching them midday like that isn't very common. But hey, I'm definitely going to try it at some point for sure, because that was so much fun to watch that fish eat the dinner bell down the hole. Still got good visibility on the underwater camera though, so we'll keep that down there for a little bit yet. Come on, get over here. From the Livescope, it's about 10 feet away right now. Come on. If I hook into a fish, I'll have to turn on the light probably for the head camera. The head camera's probably really dark right now. Oh, there we go. It's on the camera now. Come on. Come on, get over here. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, here we go. Like it down the dirt, don't you? Look at that. He had it on the outside of his mouth. I didn't even want to set it. It was like not even hooked. It wasn't in the inside of his mouth. It just kind of got hooked on the outside of his mouth. Oh yeah. Turn around. Come on. Want it down in the dirt? Down and dirty? Come on. Down in the dirt. Come on. You like that, don't you? Come on. You're just a little guy, I think. It's investigating it. Need the jig and the minnow right now. Jig and the minnow would catch this fish. Look at him. No. Come on. Turn around on it. Very unsure. Okay, they're definitely grouchy. A lot of fish coming in like real tight to bottom and grouchy. Might have to go to the jig and the minnow, I think. I was going to basically try to catch a fish like with all of my favorite baits combined. This one right now I have on is a 60 millimeter frosty clownfish tantrum. I have caught some giants with it. It's a huge confidence bait for me. I just pound it on the spot, so nice. I can dip it down into the dirt. But I think I'm going to go to my third favorite bait right now, and that's the classic jig and minnow. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Looks like the same size of fish that didn't eat their outer bait. He's got the back end of the minnow. Oh, there. No, jeez. Yeah, he didn't have the whole minnow in his mouth at all. Oh, he got me. Got me. The only reason I set the hook is as he was leaving the screen, it looked like he had did a second intake. At first he never even had the hook in his mouth. There was no point in me setting the hook, but like I said, as he was leaving the screen, it looked like he kind of he tried to readjust it in his mouth, but it was not the case at all. He got the back end of the minnow. If they're gonna short bite like that, I'll rip the tail off that minnow. Oh geez, look how fast that one came in. It missed the bait though. It's gonna come and hit it again. It's gonna line it up. It's only got the head. Come on. It doesn't have the hook in its mouth. I can't. Like it's just gonna come off. Yeah. It had the head of the jig in its mouth, and that was it. Like I said, I'm starting to lose visibility on the underwater camera too. Hasn't been fast and furious at all. Like at all. Come on. Again, still just the head of the jig. You wonder sometimes why you miss bites. Well, that's why right there. So you can see on the underwater camera that the fish doesn't have the hook in its mouth. So a lot of times, like when you go to set the hook and nothing's there, or it comes off in the first 2-3 seconds of the fight, it might just be because the fish never ever had the hook in his mouth. So you couldn't really do much about it. There he is. Yeah, just the way she goes. We'll see if we can catch this fish, though. He has terrorized me a lot with just eating the head of the jig for the most part. He's a little guy. And I was just sitting there. I'll just let it sit right beside him. Let him kind of have a good look. Let him sit there. They're in a negative mood, I'd say, today. Like, yeah, he took a couple of big swipes at it, but for the most part, they're pretty negative. There's a bigger one way out there. Man, I feel like I'm going to get a good fish yet. Let's see, this guy missed again. Just got to tough it out a little bit. Look at, he's got the tail of the jig. The tail. Come on, adjust it again. Oh, there's a bigger one behind though, so I kind of want to just wait. Did he get my whole minnow off here? Let's see. Come on. Did he get my minnow? Yeah, he got my minnow off. Smarty pants. Oh, what is that? What is that? Or is that two fish? That's a big fish, right? Oh, it's a pike. It's a pike. I don't even want to catch you right now because you'll just make a mess out of everything. It's a fish coming from behind, so we're going to try to go for that one instead. Hopefully it's not a pike too, because it looks pretty nice. I think the other one back one's a walleye. Here comes. Oh yeah, big walleye. Big walleye. Yep, big walleye. Big walleye. Big walleye. This one, oh, not giant, but definitely nice. We pulled it away from the pike for the walleye. Well, that one actually ate it aggressive. That was awesome. Wow, it is so cool watching. Oh, don't get wrapped, don't get wrapped, don't get wrapped. He got wrapped. He got wrapped. No, he came unwrapped. Just swim up here, swim up here. Yeah, exactly. Look at this. Look at, he can swim around right now. Isn't that cool? You can go even. You can go. If you can find the hole, buddy, you can go. I got a jig somewhere in the back of my shirt. This is so cool. No, let's not knock the camera down. That is so cool. Okay. If he was gonna make it down the hole, I was gonna let him go. Like a nice 24-incher probably. That was awesome. Oh, so cool. Pulled away from the pike, caught the walleye. My third go-to walleye bait, the old classic jig and a minnow. This one being 5/16 ounce, or it could be a 3/16 ounce actually, head spinner from Frostbite. It's got a nice little propeller on the front of it, and it works good. Anything I'm using today, you can find on the site below in the description, the Frostbite website. If you're from the States, there's a fishfrostbite.com. And if you're from Canada, there's a fishfrostbite.ca. Oh, geez, I wasn't even paying attention. The fish just rose right off the bottom on it. Come on. Yep, it ate it. It ate it. I know a lot of these fish are just taking the jig and the minnow right in the mouth, or the tail, or just the head of the jig. That is cool to watch him down there, that's for sure. If he comes off now, it's not even that big of a deal. Look at how they shake. Should we just bring you right on the ice and you can swim up here in the pool again? Come on. Every walleye I've caught today has been a bigger one besides that one smaller one. Good English, Clayton. Everyone's been bigger except for that one smaller one. Well, we're getting them. Getting a couple walleyes. Oh, easy. You gotta find this hole, buddy. See ya. The old jig and the minnow. Because they're so tentative, I'm just gonna have to stay with the jig and the minnow. I'd say it's probably my most used bait when they're a little bit more negative to neutral. If they're not in an aggressive state, sometimes you need a little bit of bait. And yeah, it's hard to beat the old jig and minnow. Jig and minnow, baby. I will go through some other baits here though, really quick, that I use and I had planned to use today. So let me find my towel. So bait number 4, which I haven't even thrown down there at all today, is scissor kick right there. Gold and Insanity Pepper are my favorites. This one I haven't even, like I said, used at all yet today. I'll use it some more in the future videos. In the past videos, I have been using the Insanity Pepper though, quite a bit. And it works, the scissor kick. It's a bait that I'm gaining more and more confidence in the more I spend time with it, and I'm gonna ice some big walleyes with it this winter, I'm pretty sure. And my 5th bait is back to the dinner bell, but this is the upsize dinner bell. This is the 3/8. This one I don't run with bait very often. This one I just kind of fish more naked and just bounce it around hard on the bottom, pound it, kind of work it like a like you would like a gliding or a jigging Rap, something like that. Work it hard, pound the bottom, and yeah, then this one I've got on here, a number 6 or number 4, that's number 4 VMC feather treble. So yeah, right there, that's my top 5 baits for walleye that I plan to use a lot this winter. And yeah, we'll get them. The Ned rig that I used earlier is a bait that I think has potential to be in my top 5 eventually, but it is still untested as much. It's a honorable mentions. Well, it is dark out. It never looks dark in this camera. This camera has unbelievable lighting. You can see that's pretty bright. So give you an idea. I was gonna fish into the complete darkness, but I don't think I'm gonna take any chances with the amount of floodwater I got going on right now. It started with like a 1/2 inch and then now it's at 2 inches. So it's time to pull the plug. Be smart, be safe when you're out there. Obviously you can, I would say this is pushing the boundaries at all, but I know what's safe. And right now I'm starting to get to that point where it's like, okay, that's it. So definitely a shorter video, probably only a couple fish catches. Showing off my top 5 baits was a very weak effort in that sense, but we'll do some more of that in the future. And I'm gonna make a video with this though, just because the strike was so cool with the underwater camera and getting to see it in general. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, get outside.